Hey guys, welcome in first programming lecture. In this lecture we'll start explaining basics of a JavaScript language. We will start very slowly, and when I'm saying slowly, it will be very slowly because we need to explain all of the basics of this beautiful language. Alright, so without any further waiting and introduction, let's start. So first of all we need to open our terminals. In the case you're on a Mac machine, you can open your terminal. You can find down here in a panel, or you can type here command and a space, and you can write here terminal. This will open a terminal window for you, and in a case you're on a Windows machine, please open PowerShell. In a case you're using Windows version 10, you should have PowerShell already installed on your computers, so please open a PowerShell. In a case you don't have a PowerShell, you can use cmdir, but first you need to download it. So in the case of Windows users, you can open your browsers and you can find here cmdir. Cmdir is a console emulator, and you can use Unix-like commands as I will be using in my terminal. Okay, so very simple installation. Please download cmdir if you don't have a PowerShell, but preferably use PowerShell. If you're ready and your terminal is running, we can start in our terminals. Okay, so what we need to do first when we want to run a JavaScript on our computers. We need to install environment that will allow us to run JavaScript code. In a case we are creating web application, we'll get later to web application, we can use our browsers. Our browser speaks JavaScript language, so we can write the applications in JavaScript and run them in a browser. But when you want to run your application, your JavaScript code on your computer, you need to install first environment for this, and this environment is called Node.js. We'll get into the details and how Node.js is working in the later lectures, but for now, what we want to do is just to install Node.js environment. Alright, so please open your browsers. Open here a new tab and let's search here for a Node.js. So Node.js. Perfect, and let's open here nodejs.org, and you can read here Node.js is JavaScript runtime built on Chrome V8 JavaScript engine, and the same engine is using your Chrome browser. Alright, so let's click on this link and we will install latest recommended version. So don't install a current version, we will use here LTS version, alright? So please click on this. This will install this JavaScript, this Node.js package. Let's open this and let's install the Node.js. Let's click here continue, agree, and this will install it into your computer. So let's install, use password here. Alright, install software. This should take just few seconds and we are ready to use Node.js. Okay, perfect. So here you can see Node.js version 12 was installed, and also npm version 6 was installed. npm is a node package manager, and npm will allow you to install third-party packages into your computer. We will use also later, so don't worry about the npm, but it's important to know that we have an npm and Node.js installed. Alright, let's close this. And to verify that the Node.js was installed into our computers, we can just write here into our terminals node-v, and you should see here node version and also npm-v, and you should see here npm version. In a case you don't see these versions here, maybe you need to restart your terminal. So let's click here X button, let's hit terminal, and let's run it again. And now you should be able to see your versions, and I will make it like this. Alright, so as you could see, I'm using clear command like this to clear my window here, and I can now type here node-v and then pm-v, and you should see your versions as well. In the case you have any problems, just write me in a Udemy chat and we can continue. So here we are in our terminals. To execute the node environment, we can just simply run here node. Let's press enter, and this will open a node command line interface, basically CLI. So command line interface, then we can run Node.js JavaScript code. Okay, so basically I can write here, let's say 4 + 4, and it will output me 8, and that's it. Okay, so we can run here JavaScript code, but of course we'll be not using here this command line interface, but we will create some program we will write into some file. Okay, so when we verify that the Node.js is working, we can simply run here a Ctrl+C or a Command+C, and this will shut down this. Perfect. Now I will teach you some commands you can use in your terminal. So as I told you, clear is to clear a window. Let's make here some space. I am currently in my home folder here in my Mega machine. All right, if you want to navigate into your folders, you can type a command cd, but first we need to know what folders we have accessible in our current folder. So I will type here ls, and this will list all of the folders and the files in a current directory. Okay, so I have here some folders. If you want to navigate to folder, let's say I have here Udemy folder, just simply write here cd for a change directory, space, and the name of the folder you want to navigate to. So I'll write here Udemy. All right, you can use also a shortcut when you will start typing some word. Let's say Udemy. I can now press a tab key, and this will fill it up for me automatically. Okay, so the tab, and this will fill it up for me. Okay, so cd Udemy, let's press enter. Now you can see here my directory changed. I am now in a Udemy folder. I can type here ls and list of the folders and the files in my current folder. All right, to navigate back to my previous folder, just type a cd space ... and this will navigate me to previous folder. Perfect, let's clear it out as well. Amazing. And now we want to create a new folder. So to create a new folder, you can type a mkdir or mkdir, actually mkdir. So make directory space, and now you can type the name of your directory. So let's say I'll type here Udemy _ projects. You can name your directory as you want, and I will be not even using this directory. Let press enter, mkdir space Udemy project, let press enter, and this folder should be created, so we can verify it by typing ls to list all the folders. And here should we have Udemy _ projects. Amazing. To navigate to this project, as I told you, to this folder, you can type a cd for a change directory, space, name of your folder, Udemy. I can press a tab to fill it up for me, but we have two folders with the same name, starting with the same name, so I will type here also space. Now I have only one folder with a Udemy _. I can press here tab, this will fill it up for me. I can press enter, and I will navigate back. I will navigate to Udemy projects. To navigate back, cd ... and I am back in my home folder. If I want to remove this folder, I can type here rm-rf and the name of my project. rm stands for remove. All right, Udemy projects _. Let's press enter, and this should remove our Udemy projects. r-rf is just to remove everything inside of this folder with the folder as well. It's a recursive deletion. Okay, so this will delete all of the files and the folders inside of a Udemy project and a Udemy project as well. So when I will type here ls now, I shouldn't see here Udemy projects. Perfect. Okay, so just few commands we'll be using. Let's clear this out. And now please, mini assignment for you, create a folder where you want to create your project. Okay, so go ahead. If your folder is created, we can navigate inside of this folder. So cd, I will go to my Udemy folder, and in a Udemy folder, I will create our project. Okay, so now we need to choose a name for our project. We'll be creating application to create a car service where we can register cars and where we can remove cars and so on. This will be very, very simple application, command line interface application. So our UI will be our terminal, then we'll input some commands, and our program will be responding to us in this terminal with some input, with some outputs. All right, so in our Udemy folder, we can create a new folder, which will be our application name, basically. So let's write here mkdir space, and let's say this will be our car service or something like this. So car service. All right, so mkdir car service. Now let's navigate inside of this folder. So I will write here cd car service. We are inside of our car service, and we can create here a file where we'll be running our code. So to create a file here, we need to use a command called touch. Okay, so verify you are inside of your project folder. Let's type here touch space and the name of your file, and it will be our entry point of our application, so we can choose some generic name, as for example, let's say app.js or index.js. These are very common names for entry points of the application. So I can choose here touch, and I can call it app.js, or we can choose lowercase syntax of app.js like this. All right, let's press touch space app.js. App.js is an extension for a JavaScript file. Okay, so ls, and now you should see here app.js. All right, guys, so in order to open this file, we need to use coding editor. In the web applications, I will be using Sublime Text, but when we are working with a Node.js environment, I like to use Visual Studio Code. So let's open your browsers, and let's search here for Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio space code. All right, let's navigate to official website code visualstudio.com. And let's download your version stable build. You can choose here Windows, of course. I have here automatically Mac. So I will click here download for Mac. All right, it's downloading the zip file. Let's wait until it's unzipped. And then we will install this, and we will, I don't know what the time is, but I think we'll just write just some testing code, just something very simple, and then we will finish this lecture. And we will continue in the next one. Okay, so let's open the zip file. It will unzip this, and I think there will be no installation even necessary. This is just an application file, so I can open it straight away in a case of a Mac machine. If you're on Windows, maybe you have some installer inside of the zip file or whatever you have here. Okay, so you must know it when you're on a Windows. Okay, so we have here Visual Studio Code. I will just move it to my application folder. And I will write here Visual Studio Code. So here it is. All right, so I will open this. This is Visual Studio Code. And here it is. Let's make it bigger. And let's open our project. So let's open here a folder. All right, and you'll find here. All right, let's find it in desktop, Udemy courses. Or actually, this is not the folder I'm looking for. I need to go to my home folder, so give me a second. All right, I'll click here, recent places. Maybe this will navigate me to my home folder. All right. Okay, so here is my home folder. All right, here is my Udemy folder. Perfect. And I can search here for a car service. Just open this folder. So let's select here a car service. Let's open this, and this should open your empty file. Okay, so here you have a car service. Here you can see here your folder name and app.js file, which is pretty empty. And I will make this bigger for you so it's more visible. All right. Maybe a little bit bigger. What do you think? Yeah. Okay. All right. I just hope it's visible for you. Okay. And okay. So we have our car service folder. We have our app.js file, and we can write here some code just to test it out. All right, so let's write here code. Maybe you don't understand right now, but you can write here console.log. This will console log out some informations, and what we want to console log out is a simple string. So if you want to write a string, you need to wrap it inside of a quote. So I will write here quotes, and I will output here hello world, which is the first line of our program. Let's save this console log hello world. And now we can verify it, and we can run this code. So we can go to our terminals. All right, and inside of our car service folder, so please make sure you are in a car service folder. Please run here a node space and the name of your file, which is app.js. Let's press enter, and you should see here hello world. And I need to congratulate you. You just ran your first application. Very simple one, but it will make it more difficult, and I will make sure you will understand what we are writing. Okay, guys, so very slow start. I am very happy that we configured our Node.js environment, that we have a Visual Studio Code, and we ran our first line of code. In the next lecture, we'll continue, and we will start creating more difficulty to our program, and I will start explaining you basic concepts of JavaScript. So guys, that should be it from this lecture, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers guys!